this post where I put up the top played games on Steam and the hardware that actually accompanies them. CS:GO, Arc Raiders, right? Helldivers 2 Repo, and as you're going through Warframe, you're gonna realize Duckov that these games don't require beefy hardware. Steam has made a hardware choice that is a data-driven choice. Everyone that's saying that this thing is underpowered, you have to understand that you didn't invest multiple, millions of dollars in the R&D of this device. You also are at risk of the device possibly not selling as you would love for it to sell. Hence, you want price to be your thing. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. There's nothing that is too complex in that equation at all. But you still have people that are talking about unit sales in this whole conversation. If unit sales was that important, why did Lin Tao say that MLB The Show and Helldivers 2 are basically, and their live service games, pretty much taking on about 40% of what PlayStation is bringing in for revenue? These games are not dependent on the PlayStation console. Do you hear what I'm saying? They are not primarily, I guess I should put it that way, they're not primarily dependent on the PlayStation console. And they are bringing in 40% of the revenue that PlayStation is enjoying. Whereas in the case of Valve, one game that does bring up, I guess I would say, improve the revenue of Valve is, or I guess I would say their own two games, which I think are quite, impressive. I wouldn't even talk about them being profitable. I think they're already profitable, but they're impressive, is Dota 2 and Counter-Strike 2. Two games that are hardware agnostic. You don't need to sell consoles for Dota 2 to basically go out there and clean up. You can play Dota 2 on Apple. You can play it on Windows. You can play it on Steam, whatever you want. You can play Counter-Strike on Windows and Steam. Counter-Strike 2. So again, all these people talking about console sales, you fail to realize, or unit sales, you fail to realize that PlayStation does not need unit sales anymore. What PlayStation needs is a spending base, and it's supporting the spending base. Do you understand what I mean? Let me go ahead and explain to you right now. One of the challenges that GTA is seeing, because people are now talking about it, is that on the console side, there still is straggling about 40% of PlayStation users that are still sitting on the PlayStation 4. Rockstar has looked at the equation and said, I don't know if we can actually do it with this number of gamers. Now, they're going to wait it out because it makes sense for them, or they're going to basically go ahead, get antsy, and do that PC launch port, which I think that's probably the direction they're going to go. From now till next year, November, is a long time. More consoles would have propagated, but they really need a maximum hit. But right now, PlayStation is supporting a multi-generational MAU paradigm, meaning just like Xbox is supporting the Xbox One, and just like Xbox is also supporting the Xbox Series consoles, and the Xbox Ally consoles, and TVs, and all of the above, PlayStation is also supporting all of these different paradigms in their own right as well. And so, unit sales doesn't freaking matter. If you've not basically changed up your business from one that depends on unit sales, you will be in trouble when unit sales don't work for you. So nobody wants to repeat what the Wii U repeated. Even Nintendo themselves are starting to find ways to, in a sense, diversify their business. As much as they may be doing it slowly, they want to make sure that they diversify their business in an awesome way. And one thing that's helped them is these live service games that are being played via their platform where they get money from for transactions. I can't stress this thing enough. Those of these people that are talking about console sales, they really need to go ahead and figure out what the gaming industry is about, or they need to basically just go ahead and sit this one out, because this conversation seems to have gone over their heads. And I can't necessarily, comprehend, like my mind can't go around what it is that these people are talking about. Here's something else that somebody said on my video where I showed you Linezar talking about their multi-platform strategy. This person said mobile. Yeah, I remember Xperia Play and PlayStation mobile app. PC, I remember Sony games on PC before the PlayStation was even a thing. Current PC strategy, drip feed AAAs 12 to 48 months after the release. Gas, day one. Gas new strategy, drip feed to other consoles. You know what? You cannot confirm that. They haven't said so. And that's the problem, because you PlayStation guys, you'll interpret PlayStation's business to suit your argument. You see, when Xbox was doing its own strategy, y'all went ahead and you guys were piling on them. Did they not drip feed? Did they not put gas day one? Did they not launch late on PlayStation? But y'all were dragging them. Yes. And now you are dragging yourselves as well, because now you have to go ahead and tweak, all of the parameters in order for you to pretty much try to get some cohesion. But here's the thing. Whatever parameters you try to define for PlayStation, if that parameter is not giving them money, then you know that parameter is more than likely going to be off. You have to draw the parameter in a way that gives them that incremental revenue. Incremental revenue that is absolutely divorced from what it is that you feel about gaming or how it should be. That's the exact piece of this whole thing. That's it. Regardless of how you go ahead and touch this whole conversation, regardless of how you go ahead and bend and warp things, you're in a very interesting paradigm if you can't acknowledge that the industry is not your mom and dad's industry anymore. It's very different. Super different. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly where the gaming conversation is either missing or getting right. Anybody who understands that these changes are mandatory and necessary for these companies to grow, you'll be on the right side, being able to, in a sense, predict, foresee, in a sense, analyze in some cases what's going on correctly. If you're on the other side, you'll continue to miss it. Every step at every juncture, you will be wrong. And we're seeing the trend and the pattern. This whole thing is all about just acknowledging the obvious. That's all it is. It's not about, somebody having some deep insight. You don't need an insider. This is the age of the, gaming conversation where you can actually basically tell the insiders what's going to happen while they're inside because you're looking at the data. It's that simple. The insiders are literally coming out going, really? What's going on here? Because they've got, their head so far into the ground that when they basically go ahead and realize what's going on, it's like, my dude, these companies aren't going to give you all the game. They're going to basically drip feed you to stay relevant in the media, and they're going to make money plays. Once you understand that they're making money plays, you understand exactly where it is that you need to basically position yourself as the customer, which is the most critical part. Thanks for watching the video. Talk to me in the comment section. Peace out.